You're right, guys, this is Game Boy Luke from Team Subs here. Don't forget to pick up a t-shirt to further support the players.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Multi-Battle League channel. My name is that guy Harvey, and as always, I am joined by my partner Juan Marvel.
Good day, good afternoon, and good evening to all you MBL fans. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yes, we hope you've had a fantastic weekend. We hope you enjoyed all the battles this week. And we don't want to waste any time. We want to get right into it this week. And just a very quick note before we do. We won't be covering Team Juice versus Team Cyberbaz in this video. Just because the videos went up so late, we didn't have time to make notes on them. We were too busy preparing for the video, of course. It's as simple as that. We just didn't have the time for it. It's a really good battle. It was a really good battle, so go watch it if you haven't already. All the stats for it are already up in the spreadsheet. It's already been completely filled out for you guys. Let's just jump straight into our first match of the week, which is Team Subs versus Team Flawless.
Okay.
Yep. Team Subs bringing Mega Lucario, Crobat, Clefable, Seismitoad, Hitmontop, and making its debut this week, Typhlosion. Team Flawless with Infinite, Hooper Unbound, Magearna, Togekiss, Salamence, and Mamoswine. And the first thing that I want to point out, Team Subs, keep playing like you're playing. You're playing brilliantly, and I love it.
Oh my lord!
I love it.
A funny fact, actually, the reason they actually said this in the commentary, well, the minute we stopped caring is when we started winning. Yeah,
it's as simple as that. The minute they stopped trying to build a proper team is the moment they started winning.
Yeah, Typhlosion was pretty dang this week. Like, even though you only got one kill, the amount of damage it did to the multiple mons was just ridiculous.
I believe it did big damage to Salamence before swapping out the first time. I believe big damage to Togekiss, massive damage to Mamoswine before it was taken out by Mega Lucario. Lucario acting as the cleanup guy this week.
Yeah, he was definitely the cleanup crew with the sweep and the thing and the stuff. Definitely.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: this was Mega Lucario's 6th match this season, and these were its first kills.
Very nice to see, honestly. Very nice to see personally. But definite commendment to Team Subs for just... as much as they say we gave up and then we started to win, it was the fact that you guys didn't give up. At a time that it was... You guys lost 2 mons almost near consecutively, and you just kept on playing the game, just trying new things, especially with that choice scarfed Typhlosion, which was able to, like I said, deal a massive amount of damage. And also, I do have to give the shout out to, I believe, the Seismitoad that was able to poison the Togekiss with the Sludge Bomb. That actually was very significant for the fact that Togekiss lost his reliable recovery with the leftovers and was forced to rely on only Roost to able to recover up any HP. So shout out to Seismitoad this week for snagging that poison. Very crucial, I feel.
I think I'd like to point out the new aggressive attitude that Team Subs have, particularly in Luke. He's really developed a offensive, aggressive strategy, and it is working. This team really works with an offensive strategy. Mega Lucario, Crobat in particular, and Typhlosion this week, all bringing a huge offensive presence that just wasn't able to be dealt with. And it's good to see. It's good to see this new offensive attitude. After all the weeks that I was pointing out all the defensive nature that there were. Go on.
To be completely honest, the fact that you said Crobat is hilarious because its only attacking move was Leech Life this week.
Hey, it nearly worked. It nearly one-shot the Hooper Unbound, forcing it to switch out.
Pretty sure it did like 70%.
Oh, it did more than 70%. It was closer to 90.
Oh no, yeah, I'm saying I'm
closer to 90
quickly right now. Yeah, definitely.
It put it into bullet punch range later on in the match.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I
think I do have one problem with Team Flawless. They were a bit plagued by a rushed build of their team this week, and I was talking to Angus after the match, and they said they had a Trick Room on Hooper, right? And I can understand that. They have a few slow mons in their team. Togekiss isn't the slowest at base 80. Mamoswine, I think, is base 80. I will have to have a look on the doc. Excuse me for my lack of knowledge on speeds. I'm not yet used to it. Yeah, base 80, I was right. Hooper's base 80. And I can see why they would run a Trick Room team, but I don't see why they would do it against Team Subs, who have brought 3 mons consecutively that are all underspeeding it in Clefable, Seismitoad and Hitmontop at 60, 74, and 70 respectively. And when they used Trick Room on the field at the time, it was Seismitoad and Clefable, both of them underspeeding the Infernape, which is what led to it being killed by Earth Power.
Yes, that is very much true, and that's actually very smart prep from Team Subs. I did not see a team builder specifically because I did not upload it, but I'm pretty sure that they were very aware that the possibility of Trick Room were allowed. So the slower Mons that they had on their team, they just made sure it was still viable in Trick Room. So that was amazing to see.
Actually, I did watch some of the Team Subs match in order to get the stats for the spreadsheet, as well as Team Flawless side for my notes. And they actually said that they forgot that Hooper got Trick Room. They completely forgot.
Well, Hoopa specifically. That's the thing, though, because we got McGear now, you still have a whole slew of other Mons on the team. So we don't know in terms of the actual team builder and what they invested in terms of the Mons, but I'm going to give them the doubt and said they prep for Trick Room a little bit. At least a little bit enough.
I'd like to think that.
All right.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
For this match.
As much as Team Flawless did lose this week, they still performed amazing. I enjoyed this game a lot. This week was a very good week in terms of matches.
Yes,
in terms of quality
it
play.
Most certainly was. However, not for one team. We'll come on to that right now. Team Mythical versus Team Not Scored. I'm sorry, Team Mythical fans. This is not a pretty sight. You might want to skip to the next match here. Team Mythical bringing Gorgeist, Rabombi, Nidoking, Chandelure, Mega Metachamp, and Garchomp. Team Not Scored bringing, well, the only three ones I really have to say are Comfey, Raichu, and Arcanine. Raichu showing up for turn 1, switching out to Arcanine, and the massacre happens. That's the summary of the match, really. Comfey setting up 2 Calm Minds early on. Really out of just impulse decisions from MV. I just wanted to set up this Calm Minds early. Arcanine with Snarl as support. Really doing damage against Team Mythical's team in terms of Gorgeist, and Chandelure. It really just chunked on them, kept getting them low enough. Comfey was doing huge damage with that priority draining kiss. It did not matter at all what Team Mythical brought.
I can't say much to do that. The only thing that I would say really quickly is the fact that Team Mythical at one point were saying, why is Comfey doing so much damage? I'm not sure if it was just the briefness of they forgot of it was +2 Calm Mind, or or just wondering in terms of the investments. But I'm actually going to really quickly right now look at Comfey's investments, which
I already did that for you. I have Comfey's investments right here. It was 120 HP, it was max special attack, and 136 speed in, I think it was Timid Nature.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now as well. It was definitely Timid, and I actually am pleasantly surprised that it was 252 special attack.
Yep.
I was watching the match, I thought it had some physical investment in terms of the bulkiness, like physical attacks, defense. That's the word.
At first, I did as well. When I first watched the match, I thought that's definitely got some kind of defensive investment in it. Maybe defense or special defense. No, it was just HP. The rest of it going into an offensive.
Shows how well Comfey can work in the game when it gets to +2 at least.
Unfortunately, that means I have to admit that Tailwind was right about Comfey. That's something I never like doing. So, congratulations, Tailwind. You have your week. Comfey got 4 kills.
Yeah,
please shut up about
work.
it now, please.
Especially also, I actually found out with this match, it does have a form of heal pulse. With its floral something or another?
Yes.
Floral healing.
Yes,
There
floral
we go.
healing. I'm very aware of Comfey's abilities. Having used it in teams myself. Comfey is very good both defensively and offensively, especially in doubles where it has this priority floral healing. Using it as someone you've seen in the match.
Triage.
We're using triage as the ability to keep the Arcanine alive. The floral healing itself doesn't have priority. It's triage as the ability. Most people know that. Some people don't. If you don't, that's why.
Yes. No, that's the game.
That is just the game. Boswell didn't show up. Suicune didn't show up. Celesteela didn't show up, and it was just a case of again. I mentioned it last week or a couple of weeks ago in terms of a sweep like this, but just keep hitting things until they die.
Yeah, there was again a lot of switching. There's
Yeah.
a lot of switching
There was a
on,
lot of
trying to see, okay, well, you don't have a good matchup here, let's try to switch up with this. Oh no, it's setting up, we need to switch up with this. Well,
Yeah.
in the meantime, when you saw first turn 1, Arcanine going for Snarl, and then you switching in at the turn after into Chandelure.
Yeah, I was
It's just
very confused. I was very confused about that. Well, then again, they didn't really have that much on that side to deal with it. They had Rabombi, Chandelure, and Garchomp on that side.
Mhm.
And what really wants to switch in against an Arcanine and a Comfey, especially a setup Comfey? Garchomp doesn't, otherwise, as you saw, it just gets one shot by Draining Kiss. Chandelure doesn't
+2.
because Snarl. Yeah, actually, yeah, +2. And Rabombi doesn't really do much in terms of damage.
Which hurt me, because Rabombi is an amazing mom.
Trust me, I know.
And I want to see do
I'm also
well
hurt.
with.
I'm also hurt.
But the counter for the Comfey this week, Nidoking, wasn't brought out immediately when it was starting to set up. And when it was brought out, it was too little too late. It got one shot.
Yep, it just got taken out completely by Hidden Power Ground on Comfey, which was really, really good prep on Team Not Score's part. Prepping,
Love it.
they knew that the Nidoking would be the counters, and they prepped specifically for it. And I can only be I don't want to say proud. That's not the right word I'm looking for. Impressed.
No, proud is a good
Impressed is the word I'm looking for here.
Proud is a good word. Give it good credit where credit is due.
I know, I'm giving credit where it's due, trust me. I was very impressed by the level of prep by Team Not Score. Then again, I'm always impressed by Team Not Score's prep, because they're used to doing this. This is what they do. They're used to prepping these weird sets. And it's great to see. It is really nice to see it. And I'm fortunate for Team Mythical this week. They just didn't deal with the threat quick enough. This is the first 6-0 of the season, actually. The third in MBL history.
I am sorry
Yes.
for Team that happened to them.
Oh, don't worry. We very
really
nearly
am.
had another one. We're going to move on to our third game of the week. Team Dreamble versus Team Jamie. And... oh dear.
We were right.
Oh
We were right.
dear. Oh dear. That's all I can say about this match. Let's go over the teams. Team Dreamball bringing Zapdos, Tapu Fini, Drifblim, Scrafty, Zygarde, and Heatran. With Team Jamie bringing Mega Blastoise, Victini, Dragalge making its debut this week, Rotom Van, Superior, and Porygon Z. And turn one.
Final Gambit.
Final Gambit Victini. 1 out of 1
also-
Final Gambits were worth it.
Really quickly, before we mention into this, at this point in time, we do not have Team Dreamball's side of the battle, nor their team builder. So both of us watched from Team Jamie's side.
Yes.
So if we don't mention anything in terms of Team Dreamball's perspective, that is the reason why. But
Yes, they have mentioned that they were very busy over the last couple of weeks, which we can understand. So we have had to watch from Team Jamie's perspective. And yeah, turn one, Final Gambit Victini into Zapdos was brilliant. It was brilliant.
yeah, they addressed their threat and they said, we just need to win the speed tie. If we win the speed tie, we win. We have a greater chance of winning. Specifically, that's what they
Absolutely.
said. Mega Blastoise can do things with that Zapdos dead.
Yeah, Mega Blastoise can do things with Zapdos dead. Zapdos can be... it beats Rotom 1v1. It can beat Superior. It can really frustrate Porygon Z, potentially.
Destroy Mega Blastoise.
Yes,
it was a problem,
It
man.
can halt Mega Blastoise. It was a problem for Team Jamie's team, and they identified it immediately. And they literally sacrificed it to themselves to get the kill.
Yep.
And it was just beautiful to see. I like seeing plays like that. I know Final Gambit Victini is quite a regular thing. I've seen it quite a few times. I don't know why it's a thing. It's just a thing.
At least
I imagine it's just a high.
the reason why it's a thing is because for this reason, if there's a mon that is hard to deal with, Victini has just base 100 stats all around. Not a lot of mons have, not the mons that are popular have base 100 HP. So you can have a guaranteed way to eliminate a huge threat on the opponent's side of the field by just doing the Victini, which is what this set was specifically made to do. And you don't see a lot in doubles because every mon counts. But when you are in a format that you're planning and discussing and every single thing has to be accounted for, these are the type of plays that you have to make, which I'm very happy Team Jamie did.
Yeah, speaking of discussion, Team Jamie are always discussing moves. This is what I like to see when watching these battles. constant discussion right up until the timer goes out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think they were down at like 5 seconds at one point.
Oh yeah, except one turn where they just had their plays. Oh yeah, we win at this point. Yep. Right at the end of the match where they just like, yep, we win now. This is it. Mm-hmm. Preserve differential. Show off a little bit with a nickname. I saw the nickname. Jamie, your nicknames are always on point. Keep seeing that. They're always fun. But
Yes,
one thing I have to note about Team Dreamball, they seem to be playing safe this week. They played very safely.
Yeah.
After the Zapdos went down. So they went into Driftblim, I believe, after the Zapdos went down.
Yeah, it went into Driftblim to get up the Tailwind.
Yeah, get up the Tailwind, which actually didn't bother Team Jamie too much.
Not at all, actually.
No,
they played it out.
They played brilliantly. They played fantastic. They read moves quite regularly. They were reading them like a damn book. It was
impressive because the Team Dreamball are both VGC veterans, and here you have Team Jamie.
I wouldn't exactly call Team Jamie not veterans. You're looking at, particularly in Jamie Boy, one of the UK's top VGC players.
Very fair enough. But just saying that the skill level between the two, they are very comparable. And because Wolf is a champion, you got to give it to him. Wolf is a champion.
Yes, and I think in a format like this where there's two of them doing the thinking instead of one, it might have an impact. Again, we don't know. We won't watch it from Team Dreamball sides. We didn't have it.
We don't.
But I think the combined discussion of Team Jamie was must have been much more in depth. It thought out every possible scenario and made the correct play every single time. Allowing Rotom Fan to do the damage against Driftblim and Heatran, being able to take it out. Good.
Yeah, that was beautiful focus by saying, okay, the Heatran is going to be a problem. It was Sunny Day and then Tailwind, because they immediately said, Heatran is going to have Solar Beam. We need to take that out immediately.
That was a very, very impressive call. Calling the Sunny Day Solar Beam. That was extremely impressive.
Yeah,
that's really about it.
I can't say much anymore about this because Rotom Fan performed beautifully. Superior once it started going on the +2s, that was game. Mega Blastoise was annoying because of the fact of the ice coverage on Driftblim and Zygarde as well. It wasn't able to hit Zygarde with Ice Beam, but again, just the ice coverage with both Rotom Fan, which was able to pick up the kill on Zygarde.
The Zygarde went down to Superior Bloom Doom.
It did 50%. That's what I'm messing up with. My apologies.
It chunked the Zygarde, and Superior was able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, my apologies.
And was able to one-shot Tapu Fini.
Yep. And then again, turn 1, Victini nuke.
Yeah, and again, we have to mention it because it is such a good play to see. Just the complete nuking of Zapdos. And I know it made it into Play of the Week. I don't know what position it made it into. And it was definitely deserved. Team Jamie absolutely deserving this win this week. A 5-0 win for them. They move on. I think that's their 4th win in a row now. I think they're now the 4th team to get 4 consecutive wins after Dreamball, Drinking Birds, and We Disney, I believe. Speaking of Drinking Birds, we're going to come on to their game right now. Team Leaky versus Team Drinking Birds. Team Drinking Birds bringing Blastoise, Pheromosa, Metagross, Mega Venusaur, Darmanitan, and Ninetales. Team Leaky bringing Mega Gyarados, which I always forget is Mega. I always forget. Ambipom, Sylveon, Magmar, Necrozma, and Rhyperior. Look, I do, because they rarely Mega it, which I can understand. I can understand that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just forget.
They Mega it at the right time.
Yes, they Mega it at the right time this week, which was very good to see. At that point, though, it was a little too late.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too late.
Let me fit my notes real quick. Yeah, Drinking Birds again showing a very dominant performance. It was back and forth at the start of the match. Leaky and Drinking Birds duking it out against each other was a very entertaining exchange to see.
Yeah, it was very entertaining to see, and it was, again, a chess game, which I love to see in the format. They were wondering the whole time what type of Ambipom set it was. Was it Choice Band? Was it a Technician type of set? But it just kept them very wary, and especially with the offensive pressure that Necrozma had with both the Trick Room and Psyshock, Mega Gyarados taking advantage of one point of doing the Dragon Dance things, and a beautiful game. Honestly, I enjoyed watching this. This whole week was a bunch of enjoyable games, and this was a very good game in terms of the gameplay and the chess maneuvers between them.
Yes, I completely agree. And in the end, this game really came down to prep over anything else. Team Leaky prepped very well with the Shattered Psyche taking out the Mega Venusaur, but Team Drinking Birds prepared just that little bit better with Grass Knot on Metagross to take out Rhyperior, which was a huge problem. Rhyperior was carrying the Rocky MZ Z move, and being able to take that out early on, and it was turn 6, I think it was able to take it out, was a huge plus for Drinking Birds. It really put them in control. And it just made it a little bit worse by Team Leaky were considering pressing the button, and I think it was trying to get rid of, at the time, what was on the field at the time? I think it was Metagross, and I want to say Pheromosa, though. I don't think it was.
There was at one point both were on the field. Yes, I do remember this, but I don't know. I don't remember which moment you were talking about them at the time.
It was on the turn where Metagross KO'd the Rhyperior with Grass Knot.
Okay, yeah, that was both Pheromos. I know it wasn't Metagross because that did take it out, and it was Ninetales.
Oh yeah, that was it. It was Ninetales. Yes, they were going to try and take out the Ninetales with the Continental Crush. I believe they went for Rock Slide instead on that turn, which was able to chunk it before the Crossmare was able to take it out. And it was a negative on Team Leaky's part to see their other Zeb user go down as quick as it did. Also to see Magmar go down as early as turn 3 really put a halt in their plans.
Yep,
in terms of the follow me shenanigans.
We haven't had this in a long time, but I'm going to just call out Team Ringbirds. Check your mons. Check your mons. Please check your mons for your items, because having a bug Inium Z bug buzz could have mattered this week.
What did they have instead?
No, they had nothing.
Oh, they didn't have an item.
They didn't have an item, and it would have probably started the Beast Boost rush again, which would have been a completely different game.
I imagine it would have. Unfortunate to see it go down so early to Pheromosa.
Yes,
to Gyarados. Yeah, that's it. It wouldn't be a recap without some kind of verbal mistake. I guarantee we haven't made a mistake on the slides this week. If we have, flame me in the comments. Please do.
Yep. Always in the comment section. We are ready for your flame. And I well prepped. Like you said, it came down to prep. Darmanitan saving it until the near end when it was allowed to just wreck house with Toy Scarf Flabrous.
It was allowed to come in and just ruin everyone's day. Took out Mega Gyarados with the Flare Blitz, took out the Crossbow with the Flare Blitz to end the match after Metagross had done its thing with Bullet Punch. And that was the game. A 2-0 win to Drinking Birds. Again, they deserved it. Leaky, though, played very well this week, and they have been playing very impressively despite their results. They have picked up a win in the last few weeks, and I'm impressed with Team Leaky. Like, despite some of their performances being negative in their result, they have always been playing positive.
Yes.
They've been playing very well every week. As we move on to our final game of the week, the Battle of the Shofus. The Beatdown versus Trap Cat, as his Twitter goes. Blue Hornets versus Wii Disney. Blue Hornets bringing Kyurem, Togetic, Rotom Heat, Mega Sharpedo, Deoxys, and Tapu Lele. Wii Disney bringing Tapu Bulu, Horlucha, Gyarados, Lantern, Tapu Koko, and Landorus Incarnate. As you can see on your screen, Blue Hornets won. Blue Hornets won, and they played brilliantly. Beatdown, you are great. You are great.
They actually owe us a backflip, by the way.
Actually, yes. GE still owes us a backflip.
No. They owe us 2 backflips then in this case.
They owe us 2 backflips? Oh.
Because I believe they were saying if this mon it was the Rotom Heat onto the Tapu Koko going for the overheat. Yep, and like I said, if this kills, I'm doing a backflip.
Oh, it would have been. Oh, that was Inferno Overdrive. Yes.
Yeah.
See, now that could have been prevented if the light screen had gone up on that turn instead of the reflect. It was dual screen Tapu Koko, and if the light screen had gone up, the Koko could have lived the Inferno Overdrive and would have been able to take. I believe it would have been able to take it out. Or the Sharpedo. I can't remember who they attacked in that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, I have to commend Blue Hornets. They're always playing brilliantly. They play really good matches. They play fun matches. They play entertaining matches. And this week they played out of their minds. They were brilliant.
They were.
I have to give credit to We Disney where it's due as well. At the start of the game, they were playing very well around the Kyurem. Unfortunately, the Kyurem was able to take out the Hawlucha with the Ice Beam. They thought it might have been able to live. But they were still playing very well at the start of the game. It all came down to, I believe, it was turn 6.
Please do enlighten us what happened turn 6.
I believe it was turn 6. Yeah, okay, so what happened on this turn? Duncan tells Surfu the exact plays to do. They agree on the play to do, which was to scald into the Kyurem on the just in case that the Rotom Heat would switch in, dealing, I believe it would have done about 40 to 45% on switching, which would have been crucial damage. They would have been able to take it out a couple turns later. What happened instead? 3 seconds later, he clicked the wrong move. Shofu! That cost him the match. It has to be said that one turn did cost him the match. Rotom Heat came in completely free on that turn. It was allowed to take out the Tapu Koko 2 turns later with the Inferno Overdrive, to take out the Bulu with the Overheat, and at that point it was too far gone. It was too far gone for We Disney to recover that match. It was over, just like that. And I was speechless when I first saw it. I really was. I was like, how could that have happened? I just don't understand. I'm sorry about all the potential silences that are going to come of this, but it's mind-boggling. It really is. You agree on a play, and then 3 seconds later you do something completely different. And if We Disney don't top cut at the end of the season, this could be a pivotal moment in that. Because look at We Disney's last 4 matches. They have Dream Ball coming up in week 8. Let me get the schedule up real quickly on my screen. They have We Disney in week 8. This week coming up. They have Team Juice in week 9, who have been playing better and better as they've gone on. Team Cyberbaz in week 10, who at this point will be fighting for a top 6 spot. And Team Jamie, who are in the form of their lives right now, in week 11. So they have a tough final 4 matches to play.
Yeah, I'm actually really worrying for Duncan and Shofu right now, but we do have to give where credit is due to Shofu the Beatdown and GE for just amazing performance, especially with, I believe it was Mega Sharpedo. Really quickly, my only concern with their play with Mega Sharpedo.
Yeah.
You could have gone to +1, guys. You could have just done the safe protect with regular Sharpedo because you don't have to Mega first turn in this league. Guarantee you're going to outspeed because pretty sure Mega Sharpedo has a base speed of 140, which is ridiculous. And
I will have to quickly fact check that. You continue.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. 105. It's base 140 attack. Mix up. My bad. But still, base 105 speed outspaces a lot of base hundreds. And looking at Duncan and Shofu's team at the time, their team was around that range. You can just after Tapu Koko was dead, you could just the amount of damage that a +1 Mega Sharpedo can.
It would have had to been after the Hawlucha was gone as well. Obviously, Hawlucha being a base 118, getting the Unburden boost on turn 1.
And then also Tapu Koko being the natural base 130 that it is. So again, sorry with the speed. Mons has been a second priority at the moment in terms of actually playing them and knowing the stats. But that's the only thing I would say with that regard with the Mega Sharpedo. Just play a little bit more patient. Use your advantage that you don't have to Mega first turn. Get that speed that is really crucial on Mega Sharpedo for it to work. Yes, but as you showed us today, you don't really need the speed. Because once the priority threats are gone, they're gone. You can just wreck house either way.
Yeah, there's not too much we can really say about this match. I mean, there probably is that I'm missing out, but we're a bit light on notes this week. We're trying to condense as much as possible. We're just light on notes. My bad. Blue Hornets played very well, capitalizing on mistakes of We Disney. They earned their win this week. After the mistake. The mistake didn't completely cost We Disney, but it put them in a really bad position. Blue Hornets capitalized on it, earned their 4-0 victory. They move on to 2-5. We Disney now on 4-3. They're going to be really fighting to keep their top 6 place. We will see as we go into the standings.
Oh boy, these standings look juicy today.
Oh yeah, they're great. Unfortunately, still not pretty sight for Team Mythical fans. They're still bottom. Very least, look, we want them to do well. We really want them to do well. They have the potential. We've seen how good they can play. We hope to see them try and move off the bottom at some point. But they're going to have stiff competition. Team Juice are also 1-6 now after their loss this week to Team Cyberbaz. And yep, as you will see on the spreadsheet, or if you watch the match,
again,
go watch
really
the match.
quick. Watch the match. Please watch the match. There were so many good plays in that match.
Yeah, it was so good. Please go watch it. Okay, let's stop fangirling over the match and keep going.
Yeah.
Blue Hornets, after their victory, move up to 10th place. Leaky dropped down to 9th as Team Subs picked up another win this week over Team Flawless. They move up to 8th. Flawless remain in 7th place. Only just, though. They're just on the skin of their teeth. We move into the top 6. And as you can see by that green box there next to Team Drinking Bird's name, they are all but guaranteed a playoff spot. With their differential, their current record, it's essentially guaranteed.
Wow, that's amazing.
And after the 7 weeks, it is very impressive to see. They've been on a massive roll. They've won 5 games in a row after their week 1 loss, and it was week 2 loss. Yeah, after their week 2 loss, they just won 5 games in a row. They've been on a massive roll. Similarly, Team Jamie, they're up to 2nd place now after their 4th win in a row. Not scored, climbed back up into 3rd place after leapfrogging Team Dreamball. Dreamball's loss to Jamie influencing that. Cyberbaz are up into 5th place after Disney's loss to Blue Hornets sends them down on differential alone. We have a look at the MVP table. And it's unchanged in the top 3. Of course it would be. Zygarde, having not played... we didn't do anything this week, really. It showed up, it set up one thing, it died. It's still on 11 kills, but with the 2 deaths now. I'll stop. The Paragon Z... Stop. Leave it out. Alright. Paragon Z still on 11 kills, but with and still on 4 deaths. McGinn to pick up another kill this week, trying to catch the top 2. But we have new challenges approaching behind them. Kira Black in 4th place, right behind them on 10 kills after picked up 3 this week. Rotom continuing its impressive form on 9 after a 4-kill from Breloom. Breloom went on a massive massacre this week. Again, watch the match. I'm not going to say it again. We're not going to say it again. Watch Team Cyberbaz's match. Breloom was the cleanup guy this week, picking up 4 KOs, moving itself into 6th place. Landorus, Pheromosa and Boswell all fall a few places each, down to 7th, 8th and 9th respectively on 8, and Arcanine sees itself move up after 2 kills this week into the top 10. And again, there are so many things just outside on 7 kills. This is an extremely volatile list. I want to see someone, if someone can, count how many different changes there have been. Yeah, let's shake it up. But seriously, we have Metagross, Gyarados, Lando T, and Tornadus T all outside on 7 kills. So it's still extremely close. We have a whole bunch on 6 as well. A massive list on 5 below that, down to number 31 on our list. And we see Comfey up to 32nd. I have to give a quick shout out again to Comfey. It's up to 32nd in the MVP table. You can see the full thing on the MBL Season 2 document.
Top 50 is nothing to laugh at, guys.
I mean, yeah, it's in the top half. That's all I can really say. But there's still a lot of potential in these final 4 weeks. There is a lot of potential to see this top 10 change drastically. And we really hope it does. It gives us more talking points. And on that note, that is the end of the recap. That is the recap. Yeah, that is the recap this week. We're going to shorten it down. We're going to shorten it down even further. That is the end of the weekly recap for week 7. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like. Comment down below if you think there's anything we missed. And I've been that guy, Harvey.
Yep, and I've been the who wanted to Marvel.
And we will see you next week for week 8. Goodbye.
See you.